Once again, our Diocesan Office for Parish Life is encouraging parish leaders to consider applying for the Diocesan Certificate in Lay Ministry. This is a ministry formation program designed to nurture the servant leadership skills of individuals serving their parish in areas such as parish pastoral councils, catechists, and liturgical coordinators, just to name a few. In our next segment, we'll see how this certificate process is helping candidates learn practical tools for effective parish ministry. Joining me now to discuss this program in greater detail, it's a pleasure to welcome Kitty Scanlon, who serves as Diocesan Coordinator for Lay Ministry Formation. Next, I'd like to welcome Kathy Grinaway, who is a member of Saints Peter and Paul Parish in Plains. And finally, I'd like to welcome Johanna Milot, a member of Holy Name of Jesus Parish in West Hazelton. Ladies, welcome. Kitty, my first question is to you. For someone watching this program today and who is not familiar with this certificate program, tell me about it and what it's all about.
The Diocesan Certificate in Lay Ministry is a process designed to encourage folks who are already engaged in their parish ministries to grow in theological knowledge, skills for ministry, and to offer opportunities for spiritual formation, and also to encourage folks who may not be involved in any ministries to consider entering into a ministerial capacity. And the program was established in response to Bishop Bambera's pastoral letter. So certainly servant leadership is a key piece of growth in the Diocese of Scranton, and we've seen a wonderful response from folks across the diocese getting involved.
Kathy, how did you learn about this program, and why were you so excited about getting involved in the certificate program?
Well, as Parish Pastoral Council chairperson, I receive the Good News Notes every month from the diocese, from the Office of Parish Life. And as I was reading through it, it was in July, I noticed a little article about this certification program, and it really piqued my interest. And so I made a call to Kitty. Kitty sent me all the material. I read through, I thought about it, and I realized it was perfect. It was just perfect for me.
Johanna, do you share Kathy's feelings? I mean, why were you so excited about getting involved in this?
I actually just saw it in our local church bulletin, a little informational block about it. But at the time, I had been praying for my own personal spiritual growth. So when I looked into it, I realized that matched what I was looking for. So I really didn't have the big picture in mind of becoming some lay minister role within the church. It was really more for spiritual growth, but obviously it evolved from there. So,
Kitty, what does the program entail? I know that you work with an online course through the University of Dayton, but tell me a little bit about that, the time involved and the work that's involved in going through this certificate process.
The Diocese of Scranton has a partnership with the University of Dayton's Virtual Learning Community for Faith Formation. So throughout the year, candidates take online theological coursework for topics such as scripture, liturgy, morality. There's a vocations course, and then as they proceed through those academic core courses, they have the opportunity to specialize in any of the areas of word, worship, community, and service. And then simultaneously, candidates have the opportunity to come together several times throughout the year to do what we call ministry skills workshops. So we cover topics such as pastoral care, public speaking, working with groups, and several other kinds of scenarios that you would see in a parish capacity when you're ministering. And then throughout the year, we have opportunities for folks to come together for evenings of reflection as well as other retreat opportunities. And then as everyone comes into the final period of the certificate process, they have the opportunity to engage in a practicum experience, which is a final project, a culminating project, which has the opportunity for either creating a new ministry in response to the parish's pastoral plan, or to engage in a new approach to an existing ministry in order to meet the needs of the parish community.
In your case, you're the chair of the Parish Pastoral Council, but you also have other responsibilities. Tell me a little bit about them, what other ministries you're involved with, and how you see this certificate program enhancing the ministry you're doing in your parish.
Sure. And a good example of that is we just recently in our parish started a ministry of hospitality. And the ministry of hospitality actually grew from our pastoral plan. So it was a stepping stone. Well, to grow this hospitality ministry, I relied on one of the courses I had taken from the VLCFF that spoke of administration and ministry, how to get volunteers, different ways that we think we should get volunteers or that have never worked, and better ways to get volunteers. So in that respect, the courses helped me to grow a ministry that has grown out of my pastoral plan. So they're like building blocks. You start here, but everything grows on top of the other. And I think it has gotten such a wonderful, wonderful response in our parish. So it has just helped immensely to be able to take these courses and to use it to build our parish into the community it should be.
Johanna, in your own case in West Hazelton, I know one of many ministries you're involved with is Hispanic ministry. But again, the same question, when you look at what you've learned through this certificate program, how do you see it assisting you in the work you're doing in your own parish?
Well, I agree with Kathy in that it all comes together through these courses, and also through our sessions together. Kathy and I have been together both online and in person. So just working with other people, you develop ideas, but the coursework gives you the foundation. You understand the true purpose and meaning of being Catholic, why we are together, why are we together as Catholics, and that's where you start to meet the needs of the people around you. And obviously in our community in West Hazelton, we have a large Hispanic population. Many people are new to the area, so obviously they have many needs. So.
Kitty, someone watching this today, when they listen to this and they say, my gosh, think about all the work that's going to be involved and the time and whatnot, and they might feel that it's overwhelming, but I don't think they realize that throughout this entire process, they do have the support of your office. They're not alone. What do you think you would say to someone who might be considering applying for this? Because I know that right now we're getting ready to welcome a new class. What would you say in order to encourage people to at least consider it and not feel like it's going to be an overwhelming experience?
Well, excuse me, many of our participants come into the program expressing that they feel a calling to do something. They don't quite know what that might be, but the whole process of the diocesan certificate and lay ministry process, first of all, it is something that takes between 2 and 3 years to complete. So you do have some time to spread the components out over time. But secondly, I always encourage folks to consider it as a discernment opportunity. As you go through, as you participate in the various meetings and coursework and gatherings for spiritual formation, it's an opportunity for you to kind of give more intention to what you feel your gifts are, what you feel you're being called to do, and an opportunity to be in fellowship with other ministers who are feeling similarly to you and might be in a similar ministry to you, so that you can share ideas and have the opportunity to create a network of ministers. So you certainly have the solidarity of other folks in the program, And certainly I am always happy to answer any questions or, offer any support emotionally and logistically that folks may need as they go along.
Kathy, earlier, Kitty mentioned the fact that as part of this process, the last few months, you have to do a practicum, which could be applied to something specific within your particular parish that already exists, maybe something you want to develop. Tell me a little bit about your practicum and what you'll be focusing on.
Okay, because our parish is part of the pilot program for stewardship, I've decided to take that as a learning experience, not just for me, but for the entire parish on stewardship. So what I hope to do is a building block of letting people see what ministries we have available, because I don't even think sometimes parishioners realize the vast amount of ministries that are out there that could use their help. So to work with other parish leaders in our church to have a fair so that we can inform other people, we can work with them to see what their strengths are, and then as we let them know the different ministries, to have a sign-up weekend where we can get people to sign up. Stewardship is all about people feeling a part of the parish. I would love to think of our parish as a family. Whether you give your time, whether you can give your talents, but you're part of a family and everybody has something to give. And I think that's so crucial. And that's what I'd like to stress to everybody. You're all wanted, you're all needed, and we want to know what you can give us and what we can give you back.
Johanna, in your particular case, again, you're part of this practicum process. Tell me about your particular area and what you'll be focusing on.
Actually, I've completed the practicum, but we started an English as a second language tutoring class one evening a week. And we have done that for 4 consecutive semesters. We run them according to a semester schedule. So we've had 2 in the fall already, 2 in the summer, and I guess we've had more than 4. We'll be starting our second spring semester January 25th. This year we're expanding it to include 2 more instructors. United Methodist Church in our community closed last weekend, and 2 of the teachers from their program are coming over to help expand our program. In addition to that, the following year, we expanded our ministry. We're now including by appointment translation services. So 1 afternoon a week by appointment if you need documents translated or if you need to make appointments and you can't do that, we have someone who is bilingual who will take care of that for you.
It's always a growing process. We're never done learning about how we can more enhance what we're doing in our faith community. For you personally, as you reflect back on the last year or 2 and your involvement in this certificate process, you personally, how do you think it's impacted your life and your journey of faith?
Oh, there have been courses. For example, one of the courses that I took was on Introduction to Liturgy. It has helped me see the liturgy in a whole new light. I now don't follow along during the readings in the gospel, but just listen. And I have found myself, my faith has grown through that. My faith, Johanna and Kitty had both mentioned the retreats and the workshops. By speaking to people who have the same challenges and successes, it's made me feel more optimistic about the future. So this has helped me overall. The classes have helped me learn more about my actual adult faith formation, where the social portion of it with the workshops and the retreat is awesome. I love the retreat. Have really helped me to see that I think our parish is unique. We're not. We share the same issues, and when we talk about it together, sometimes we come to solutions, and it's great. It's great.
Johanna, same question. When you think about your experiences through the certificate program, As you go back into your own parish community in West Hazleton, are you going back now with a fresh new look and a new excitement about your faith and approaching these new ministries?
Absolutely. My initial intention was to grow my own personal spirituality, which has happened, and my understanding of the Bible and important details of our faith has occurred. But because of that, I'm able to, you can't help but want to bring that to everyone else and realize that there is no individual faith. It doesn't work that way. That's not what church is. Church is us. It's not our building. It's not this location. It's us and all of us. Kathy's a wonderful person. I would have never known had I not done this, and there are so many others that I feel the same way about.
We also had the opportunity to talk with Sarah Hazleton, a member of St. Peter's Parish in Wellsboro. Sarah is also a candidate in the Lay Ministry Certificate Program. In this conversation, Sarah explains how this process has empowered her to use her gifts and talents in service to her parish community. Sarah, tell me a little bit about how you found out about this program and why you were so excited about being part of the certificate process.
I first saw the information about the certificate program through the Catholic Light. So I was reading the newspaper and I saw it and I was really excited. And but at the time, I was nervous about doing it because of the time involved. I have 3 children. I had an off-farm job. I have a farm. I had an off-farm job, and I was just starting as DRE in the parish I was at the time. So I thought, there's no way I can find time to do this. But I guess God kind of kept it on my heart because I kept coming back to it again and again. And finally, I just decided, if this is going to stay in my mind and in my heart, I should just take the plunge and do it.
What would you say to someone in order to put their minds at ease that this is definitely doable?
If it's something you want to do, you can find the time to do it. And it's not, I think when you see it on paper, it does look a little overwhelming. The courses and I have to go to this, I have to go to that. But the Office for Parish Life has been so good about working with me in my schedule. And then when I say, hey, I need to take some time off and not do a class this period, or I can't make this one particular evening of reflection, they're like, okay, we understand, you have other commitments. So it's not like you either are here for all these times or you're out. It's been very flexible, which has been really helpful, especially with how far I live away from the diocese. It's been helpful, the flexibility.
The last few months of this process is when you have to actually start working on your practicum. Tell me a little bit about that and what you'll be focusing on.
For my practicum, essentially what we're doing is I'm a member of St. Peter's Parish in Wellsboro. We're linked to St. Thomas in Elkland, which is one of the most remote parishes in the diocese. It's a small parish. And the issue that was coming up at St. Thomas was that they don't have many children enrolled in religious ed because they don't have a very big parishioner base. Doing a traditional, classroom grade level religious ed program just wasn't feasible with the number of children they have, and trying to combine everyone into one class, kind of like a one-room schoolhouse type of deal, it was shortchanging some of the students on either end, like trying to put little kids with older kids who have different issues and are different place in their faith. So what we're trying to do is develop an online program that is a little bit more family-based, bringing the families into it. So basically the families and the children can learn together through an online program. And then they meet weekly online through this program. And then there's several in-parish meetings throughout the year, kind of to bring it all back to the parish and allow us to, still have that person-to-person connection. But as far as the week-to-week learning aspect is moved to an online setting.
Sarah, looking back on this program, I guess what I want to ask you also is how you think this has enhanced your own journey of faith. I mean, a lot of us think that once we're confirmed that we've learned everything we could possibly learn about our Catholic faith, but as we all know, it's an ongoing process for the rest of our lives. how do you see this certificate program enhancing your faith, getting you more excited about your Catholic faith?
Gosh, it's done wonders. It's done wonders for my faith, and just not only making it more personal and more tangible, but also making me truly want to share my faith with others, and actually kind of encouraging me to step outside of my comfort zone. So not only at the parish level, but also at my school, where, as we mentioned before, I'm a biology teacher. They asked me to teach a theology class. Before this program, I would have been like, no way, am I teaching a theology class? But through a lot of the classes I took, I had gained the knowledge to teach the theology class, and I kind of gave myself that push to go ahead and do it. And even, talking to other people in the program, and them saying, go ahead and do it, take the plunge. So that encouragement that you get from the other people in the program and the people in the office for Parish Life, encouraging you to kind of push yourself a little bit farther, a little bit beyond that comfort zone.